Hey guys, it's Ed, welcome back to Kitchen. Today, let's talk about summer. So yes, here in London, it's currently unusually hot. We're in the middle of a heat wave. Heat wave? Heat wave. Heat wave! Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Heat wave! So there is absolutely no way I want to turn the oven on. So today's recipes, yes, there is 2 of them, are both perfect for the summer because there's no oven, there's no heat, they are no baked desserts. Today I'm going to show you how to make a strawberry granita and a simple vanilla ice cream. So we're going to start by making the granita, and this is about as easy as any recipe can get. All we're going to need is some strawberries, some caster sugar, some lemon juice and vanilla bean paste. And all we're going to do is take our strawberries, cut the top off, cut the green part off, slice them in half, and then in a large bowl we're going to toss those together with the sugar, lemon juice and vanilla bean paste. Now, because the ingredients are so simple, it's really important that we use the best strawberries we can get our hands on, because if the strawberries don't taste really fruity and strongly flavoured, then our granita won't taste that way either. So it's really important to get really good in-season strawberries. At this point, we're going to leave that bowl of strawberries, just set it aside for about 30 minutes to an hour until that sugar's dissolved and the berries are sat in lots of beautiful ruby red juice. Now, once it has sat, we're going to do a very simple task of blending it all together. So you can either use a food processor, a blender, or just a stick blender like I'm using, just to get everything into a nice liquid. We're then going to pour it through a fine mesh strainer to remove the seeds, and then it's simply a case of pouring it into a nice wide container. Popping it in the fridge, and then every half an hour or so just taking a fork into there and just scraping all those ice crystals from the outside into the middle, and when it starts to come into more of a block of ice, into a more uniform texture, then just scraping it until it becomes that nice slushy texture. Now, my recipe isn't as low on sugar as some, and that means you get a slightly more slushy texture rather than that really harsh crystal texture. The reason for that is when I was in Sicily, theirs was much smoother, more like a soft sorbet texture, so I've just played around with it a little bit to get it more to that texture, which I think is just a lot nicer. You can reduce the sugar a little bit if you want, but I really like it where it is, and it's still nice and fresh. Whilst the granita is in the freezer, we can get on with making our ice cream. Now, today's ice cream is a vanilla ice cream made in the Philadelphia style. Now, all that means is it's not made with eggs. So it's a really simple mixture, no heating, just a matter of combining everything together. All we need for the ice cream is some whole milk, some double cream, some caster sugar, milk powder. We're then also going to use some vanilla. Now, talking about vanilla, we have to look at price. Now, there's no denying it that recently vanilla has gone so much up in price. So you have a kind of question to ask yourself. You can spend a little bit extra and use vanilla and get amazing flavor, or you can save yourself a bit of money and use vanilla bean paste instead. That's absolutely fine. You'll still get an amazing flavored ice cream, and this is a little bit cheaper. If you are going to use vanilla beans, do not get rid of the pods. Once you scrape the beans from the pods, these are still full of flavor. So what you can do is make your own vanilla extract, pop this in a jar with some vanilla, give it a shake every couple of days, and then after about 6 weeks, you'll have a really beautifully flavored vodka, which is effectively vanilla extract. All you need to do is keep adding the pods as you use them so that you have this big bank of vanilla flavor. You can also use this to steep into other milk-based desserts. So if you're making an egg custard, steep these in there. If you're making a custard like a trifle that's on my website, you could steep this in there. Or you can just add this to sugar and make a vanilla sugar. Just do not get rid of these. They are expensive, so you might as well get every bit of flavor you can from them. So to make the ice cream, all we're going to do is add our milk along with our cream to a large bowl along with the caster sugar and the milk powder. So the reason we're adding some milk powder to the ice cream is it'll really help the texture. Philadelphia style ice cream doesn't really last very long in the freezer, so adding some milk powder, which adds protein, will just help give it a better texture and also make it last a slight bit longer. And then we're also going to add the scrapings from the vanilla pods, or if you're using it, the vanilla bean paste. And then all we're gonna do is just gently mix that together until everything is combined. You're not adding air, you just want the milk powder and the sugar to dissolve. So just mix it for a minute or so, just until everything's nicely disputed and you can feel there's no longer any sugar grains, and that is it. So once our ice cream base is made, we can pop that straight into our ice cream machine. We're gonna churn it according to the manufacturer instructions until it becomes almost like the texture of soft serve. You're then gonna turn off the machine, take the ice cream out and scrape it into a container. I use a loaf pan and then pop that in the freezer for about 3 to 4 hours or until that's firm and scoopable. And then you're ready to serve the dessert. So the finished dessert is this mix of really creamy ice cream and really fresh, vibrant strawberry granita. It's just such a delicious summer dessert and super easy to make. And obviously you can change the fruit to different things, you can add flavouring to the ice cream, but this is such a delicious dessert. If you want the recipe, as always, it's up in the corner and it's also in the description box down below. If there's any other summer desserts you want me to make, just leave me a comment down below and I'll try and get to it. Until next week, I'll see you later.